Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you a design task that I did in Figma Make and how much time it took me to create. For the first part, I would like to tell you about the task itself and what it includes. A B2B customer is running a logistics company with internal employees across different departments, and they're asking for a simple notification tool that lets some of the departments to message employees via SMS or email, for example to send reminders for shifts or company-wide announcements. So this is supposed to be something simple and easy to operate, nothing too complicated. The goal of the design is to have a simple UI of creating a notification with a body message and sending it through channels for communications, either SMS, email or both. And for the focus of this, I decided to use Figma Make and test it out for the first time. But before starting, I had to answer some framing and assumption questions. One of them was, what would you want to know before designing anything? What's unclear about the brief? The few questions that came to mind were, how many departments is this tool being built for? What are the permission policies and access rights for each role, and how the recipient list is being maintained. Another question that I had to answer before starting the design process was, who are the key users and what do they actually need to accomplish? The senders, or in this case of the operation staff, and receivers, employees. Those are the key users. The goal is to deliver important information in a sensitive and timely manner. The next question that I focused on was, what would you include in the first version or the MVP of this app, and what would you explicitly leave out and why? For this question, I answered that I will keep it pretty simple and I would include only the sender role, the department that is being sent to, the message itself plus the subject and the body, channel for sending the message, either SMS, email or both, by making both as an option to be by default, review before sending the message as a very crucial step of the process, and option to edit the message in case there was a mistake within the message, and last but not least, feedback on delivery of the message if it has failed or delivered successfully. In the task there was a mention of non-technical users, so for this specific case I made sure that the design is extremely straightforward and polished, where onboarding process is not needed for the MVP. Another detail that I added without adding too much distractions was that once notification is sent, the history of the sent notification will be also received by the sender with a confirmation email. For the next step, I decided to do a little flowchart to explain the process and how it will look like, plus adding a little bit of annotations. And this I made in a Figma. The first step is the user logging into the notification tool, then accessing the dashboard, clicking on create new notification, and next is entering the subject line if we're going top to bottom. With time, I would love this version of the app to have also default subjects like shift change or urgent alert or any other subject title that is being typed in multiple times to be suggested one. So the sender can save time and pick from the suggested autocomplete options. But in the same time, the custom subject line to always be available for edit as a permanent option. Writing the message body, here is very crucial to have a character count, which will change in real time to ensure more accurate and concise messages, and also minimum of at least 20 characters, so it doesn't happen so that the sender sends an empty or faulty notification. After that is selection of the channel. As I said, the default option will be SMS and email just for good measure. Email only can be secondary and SMS third. After that comes the step for selecting a recipient, and this is where Figma Make decided to split them into individuals and groups, and I will show you where I changed the input to make it even more flexible than it already was. So one option was to choose the individuals by name and surname, and then groups by selecting departments and seeing who is actually part of that department. And here in the select the group and departments, I wanted to include checkboxes where we can select and deselect some employees, so we can make the selection process much more flexible in case list hasn't been updated and somebody is no longer working in the company, or there is a schedule update that hasn't been reflected within the department list, or the employee is new and doesn't know everybody's department and name and surname. After selecting who is going to receive the notification, comes down to the review of the notification summary, and then if the selection of the whole message is correct, you can send it, or if it's not, you can edit it with the Ghost CTA before pressing send, and edit the notification pretty much in the same window, but still getting it as a full window rather than pop-up, so it can have a high context moment. After the processing and reassurance and timely feedback that the notification tool is actually working, comes down to the final screen with the delivery. This is the screen where the feedback and the confirmation of the delivery will happen, and you can see the different status of the message, so how many have been sent, failed, or pending, and then the option to go back to the dashboard with the back button. And now let me show you how the prototype looks like in Figma Make. Here is the first prompt and what we got, and this is my second input here after the first build, to add the checkboxes for each individual within a group in case the user is new. That was added successfully, and you can see it here by selecting night shifts and, for example, removing Chris Taylor from the list. Another thing was freshly added here, that we have the search option, which is also useful, and we can type a username and get the results easily, which is very useful. One thing here to consider is the individuals list, where the privacy concern might be an issue with the phone and email, but if these are all company emails and phones, there shouldn't be any privacy issues. After that, I wanted to add subject as suggested, autocomplete and or drop down options, but the Figma Make couldn't actually make it happen, so I gave up on that idea, because while typing shift change, nothing was auto-completed or suggested, and I decided to do that trade-off with this one, settle for the next screen that we actually need, which is the review and send. Here in the review and send, I wanted to make sure that we have the summary, an option to edit this if something is wrong. And this is the ghost button here that I was talking about, to edit details in the bottom left corner, or the top left to go back and actually edit the message itself. After we review and confirm, double check everything before sending, which is a great reminder, we can actually press confirm and send now and get the delivery and feedback information, which is the shift change was sent to one person, and we can even see the subject and the message itself. And immediately to return to the loop, send another notification. And that's pretty much it. These are basically 1-2 screens of information with one pop-up with very nice additional search options with the search bar. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you have used Figma Make or not yet. Let me know what you would like to see next on my YouTube channel. Make sure to share this video with a friend that is experimenting with design tools. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching once again. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see next, and see you in the next one. Bye!